Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, April 3rd, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 662 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Former leader of Dominion Energy dies day after retiring. Wreckage of helicopter crash that killed 5 found on glacier. The Capitol police officer who died after Capitol attack was honored with a police procession. Soldier says drill instructor sexually assaulted her while enrolled in training course. Couple accused of concealing girl's body charged with murder. Gang attack in Haiti neighborhood leaves bodies, homes charred. Piece of SpaceX rocket debris lands at Washington State Farm. Texas renters may lose after state Supreme Court declines to renew emergency order. Volunteer firefighter charged with arson after setting Lancaster, SC house on fire twice. DeSantis blocks businesses from requiring customers to provide COVID documentation. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Trump calls for boycott of MLB for moving All-Star Game The Hill. Taiwan train crash, prosecutors seek arrest warrant over disaster, The Guardian. U.S. Capitol Police Officer William Billy Evans killed in the line of duty, The Washington Post. South Carolina's missed putbacks sends Stanford into women's NCAA tournament championship game, ESPN. Resisting drastic steps, scrapping Mets National Series was right call, New York Post. California indoor events to return with COVID vaccines, tests, Los Angeles Times. Debris from SpaceX rocket lands on Washington farm, Oregon Live. Falcon and Winter Soldier F3 breakdown at Easter eggs, power broker, Nerdist News Dan Casey, Nerdist. CEO of Google's self-driving car spin-off steps down from job, KCRA Sacramento. Kim Kardashian quizzes Mason Disick about Kourtney and Addison Rae's sleepovers on KUWTK, News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Derek Chauvin trial, 6 key takeaways from week 1 of witness testimony. Houston police investigating criminal complaint against NFL's Deshaun Watson. Underwater spy network to monitor deep ocean wildlife in UK. Andrew Yang collaborates with Chinese-American rapper MC Jin in Yang for NY song. How to support your Asian colleagues right now at work. Republican lawmakers introduce hundreds of bills to restrict voting rights nationwide. April the giraffe, whose pregnancy led to viral fame, dies at 20. 36 of the funniest tweets about cats and dogs this week. Ted Cruz responds to John Boehner's "Go FK yourself" with a Mean Girls gif. Reminder, churches can still be COVID-19 super spreaders. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Mentor grass fire now covers 13,000 acres. Customer helps stop robbery. Firefighters battle multiple brush fires. Couple stranded in Mexico after getting COVID-19. Superintendent concerned about funding formula. COVID-19 survivor sends warning. Suspect, "Oh my god, I hope I don't get in trouble." Piano company keeps the beat. Rosewood Academy faces state investigation by Youth Department. Trash dumping problem growing in Philadelphia. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Facing PSG, Lille clings to first place as the bottom falls out. NCAA Women's Final Four updates. Arizona stuns UConn to reach final. More U.S. states expand vaccine eligibility as pace accelerates. Billy Evans, officer who died in Capitol attack, was 18-year veteran of force. Jeff Bezos is taunting politicians. Will they take the bait? Border apprehensions reach highest level in at least 15 years. Driver rams into officers at Capitol, killing one and injuring another. These sacred Jewish books were abandoned. Could I save them? Trump's Latino support was more widespread than thought, report finds. Houston police announce investigation into a complaint about Deshaun Watson. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Hulu set to release 1619 Project docu-series. Rand Paul blasts Democrats' racist implication voters of color cannot follow rules. Rachel Campos Duffy details harrowing journey my grandchildren face traveling to America. Trump calls for MLB boycott, warns woke corporations after All-Star game pullout. Ben Carson says MLK would be offended after Vermont Governor Scott defines vaccine eligibility by race. In Graham, Stacey Abrams caught in a trap of her own making. Russian poll finds Putin is Russia's sexiest man. Buttigieg mocked after security seen unloading bike from SUV at White House. GOP Rep Boebert questions whether woke training distracted FBI, DHS from tracking Capitol attacker. Sharon Osbourne's husband Ozzy Osbourne seemingly reacts to her exit from the talk. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, April 3rd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Jim Nantz, calling his 30th Final Four, says opportunity to call games at Hinkle Fieldhouse blew me away. Nickelodeon has Dr. Fauci answer kids' questions about the coronavirus pandemic. Big 3 basketball returns to CBS this summer beginning July 10th. Gonzaga a big favorite entering Final Four, but sports lines Kenny White thinks UCLA can keep it close on Saturday. 44 pounds of cocaine seized from freighter anchored in Maryland. Sacramento teacher faces criticism over remarks made on social media. Arrests made in largest meth seizure in Miami-Dade history. Regal Cinemas slated to reopen hundreds of their screens today. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Capitol cop killed by Nation of Islam knife man who mowed him down before being shot dead. Johnson & Johnson begins testing its COVID-19 vaccine in children as young as 12. CDC says fully vaccinated people can travel internationally safely. Georgia restaurant calls cops on dinner party of 25 people after refusing to split bill. Inside the Academy of Anarchy, how Pimlico School saw the headmaster chase down a corridor. Easter UK, drunken revelers kick off 4-day with a very good Friday. Prince Harry flips his baseball cap backwards for seaside stroll with dog in LA. Queen, 94, enjoys a socially distanced Easter walk with Prince Charles, 72, in Windsor. Pictures show topless woman smashed to the ground and trampled by police horse. MP Margaret Ferrier claimed $175 in expenses for overnight hotel stay. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The pandemic may set women back by a whole generation. Taiwan prosecutors probe train crash that killed 51. How the Ever Given was freed from the Suez Canal, a visual analysis. Italian pizza shop owner mistakenly sanctioned by Trump, I thought it was a joke. Taiwan's worst train crash in decades leaves at least 50 dead, dozens injured. San Marino, the micronation within Italy, stokes envy with speedy Russian-supplied vaccine campaign. COVID-19 live updates. Fully vaccinated U.S. citizens are low risk to travel, CDC says. Abdulaziz said, American University professor of international relations, dies at 90. The Ever Given is free, but litigation could prevent it from leaving the Suez Canal. Christians mark Good Friday amid lingering virus woes. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Houston police say they're investigating embattled Texan star Deshaun Watson. U.S., Japan, South Korea pledge cooperation in dealing with North Korea. Mozambique, French energy giant total withdraws after militant attacks. Arizona shocks UConn in Final Four, setting date with Stanford in title game. U.S. Capitol, one officer and suspect dead after car rams into barrier. April the giraffe, who gave birth in a viral live stream, dies age 20. Mantilla of the Semana Santa, in pictures. Nets Kevin Durant fined $50,000 by NBA for derogatory language. U.S. lifts Trump administration sanctions on top ICC prosecutor. Ron DeSantis issues executive order banning vaccine passports in Florida. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Couple mistakenly vandalizes $440,000 painting at exhibition. Reynolds signs gun bill easing background checks, permits. Woman gets 5 years for butt injection death in Missouri. Suspects identified in killing of officer at U.S. Capitol barricade, sources. Police fatally shoot 13-year-old boy during armed confrontation. 4 victims of office shooting identified, as suspect charged with murder. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Egypt mummies to pass through Cairo in ancient rulers' parade. COVID-19, Italy begins strict Easter lockdown. Taiwan, prosecutors seek arrest after train crash which killed 50. The women fighting South Africa's infodemic. Week in Pictures, March 27, April 2, 2021. U.S. Capitol, police officer dies after car rams security barrier. MLB, All-Star Game leaves Georgia to protest voting law. Rose Atkinson, Macron's COVID-19 crisis. Street racing, they're fast, Atlanta's furious. Belgian police are supposed to protect us. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Capitol witness, people are really shaken up. Today in history for April 3rd. Emotional eyewitness accounts, lots of video. Here's what we learned in the first week of testimony at Derek Chauvin trial. Derek Chauvin trial, Day 5, Lieutenant calls use of force on George Floyd totally unnecessary, first week of testimony ends. In California, state to allow indoor gatherings starting April 15 as virus cases plummet. Victims identified in mass killing at Southern California business, suspect charged with 4 counts of murder. Florida bans vaccine passports, California to allow indoor gatherings starting April 15, CDC travel guidance, live COVID-19 updates. Greatest takeaways from the first week of the trial of the Derek Chauvin. Hezekiah Walker talks unsung, upcoming edgy music project. Lawmaker, MLB decision will impact Georgia economy. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Beverly Hills store let criminals stash guns, drugs and cash in vault at strip mall, prosecutors say. Al Rojas, staunch defender of farm workers and prominent member of UFW, dies. Los Angeles Police Department opened fire during standoff with woman known as the Mermaid in MacArthur Park. California Judicial Watchdog Commission admonishes LA judge for third time. 3 arrested after an image of a cow's head is hung over the Hollywood sign. Basker Maynon, first Asian handed the reins of major U.S. record label, dies. Indoor events can return in California later this month as COVID-19 conditions improve. Suspect in Orange shooting is charged with murder as victims are identified. Northern California couple is killed when giant redwood falls on their car. Americans who are fully vaccinated for COVID-19 can travel, CDC says. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Chinese Christians held in secretive brainwashing camps, sources. Australian government considers compulsory ID checks to ban anonymous social media accounts including Facebook and Tinder. Kremlin says that any NATO troop deployment to Ukraine would raise tensions. Following a CNN reporter's visit to Myanmar, 5 people were forcefully detained, including those who spoke with the reporter. White House, U.S. watching Russia disinformation about Ukraine. U.S., Japan, South Korea begin talks on North Korea. Biden lifts Trump sanctions on international court officials. 7 people have died from unusual blood clots after getting the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine in the UK, the medicines regulator has confirmed to the BBC. Bank staffer dies 2 days after being shot by junta's troops on her way home from work. France to lead Quad naval drill in Indo-Pacific challenge to China. Allies of jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny pledge prison protest unless a doctor of his choice sees him. Japanese public schools banned from checking color of students' underwear. The link between gaming loot boxes and problem gambling has been robustly verified, according to a new report. For the first time, scientists find X-rays coming from Uranus. Russian troop buildup near Ukraine alarms NATO. The next headlines are from Forbes. Thank you, baseball, for yanking All-Star Game out of Atlanta. A new show has surpassed Bridgerton to become Netflix's most popular program of 2021. NCAA coaching carousel, Oklahoma poised to name Loyola's Porter Moser new head coach. Lawmakers overseeing Capitol Police consulted Israeli Knesset on security measures. The best new movies to stream on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, HBO and Disney Plus this weekend. Jamel Herring vs. Carl Frampton, odds, records, prediction. Republicans vow boycott, retaliation against MLB over pulled All-Star Game. Gareth Evans discusses Gangs of London and his exclusive Netflix deal. LinkedIn surprises workers with a week off to help with burnout. This 1986 Super Mario Bros. Game just broke the record for most expensive ever sold. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID research updates. A nation's race to vaccinate adults protects unvaccinated kids. 2. Melting glacier threatens to shove a mighty river off course. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,696,197,608 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How Keke Palmer is turning her Instagram videos into Amazon original stories. Disney Plus The Right Stuff cancelled after 1 season but Warner Bros. TV shopping series around. 2021 Oscar-nominated short films, animation review, tunes tack diverse approaches. New Amsterdam team on tackling anti-Asian racism on TV, to not do something would be criminal. What's ahead for Reg Jean Page post-Bridgerton? Viacom CBS CEO Bob Bakish sees 2020 compensation grow by $20 million. Armie Hammer departs Broadway play The Minutes. California to allow indoor concerts and theaters to reopen on April 15. Demi Lovato turns a recovery narrative into musical theater in Dancing with the Devil, The Art of Starting Over, album review. China's Film Authority orders all cinemas to screen propaganda films at least twice a week. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Mummified parrot reveals sophisticated trade in ancient South American desert. MLB moves All-Star game from Atlanta over Georgia's new voting law. Surprising nuggets from the WHO report, our science correspondent digs in. Study, COVID-19 vaccine is safe during pregnancy and may protect baby, too. More than 170,000 migrants taken into custody at southwest border in March. Coronavirus FAQs, what should I do with my vaccine card? Is choir practice okay now? U.S. Capitol Police officer killed in attack at Capitol checkpoint. Remembering Watergate conspirator G. Gordon Liddy. CDC says travel is safe for fully vaccinated people, but opposes non-essential trips. Jerusalem's Old City comes alive with religious festivals as vaccination rate rises. The following headlines are from The Week. The week's best photojournalism. Police officer killed after attacker rams car into barricade at Capitol building. Minneapolis police officer testifies Chauvin's use of force on George Floyd was totally unnecessary. Fully vaccinated people can travel safely within U.S., CDC says. U.S. and Iran agree to indirect talks on nuclear deal. U.S. economy adds 916,000 jobs in March, 1 year after the pandemic took hold. 10 things you need to know today, April 2, 2021. Report, Gates investigation focuses on payments to women. At least 48 people killed in Taiwan train accident. A ship-sized metaphor. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The leggy this week, elections and abortions and grid reforms, oh my. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Are diamonds really forever? Quantum mechanics says yes. The next headlines are from Universe Today. If astronomers see isoprene in the atmosphere of an alien world, there's a good chance there's life there. In a comprehensive new test, the M drive fails to generate any thrust. Clear signs of recent erosion on Mars. Jupiter's Great Red Spot has a dark secret, it feeds on smaller storms. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, April 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Is the Hyades star cluster being destroyed? Interstellar visitor Borisov could be first truly pristine comet yet seen. Hummingbird having a spring meal. Follow the Arc to Arcturus, drive a spike to Spica. The next news is from Politico. Vienna meeting signals new push to revive Iran nuclear deal. Biden's first 100 days. Biden lifts sanctions on International Criminal Court officials. MLB moves All-Star game from Georgia over new voting law. New York just legalized weed, so what's next with marijuana reform? Vulnerable Dems fret after getting a shock, AOC's campaign cash. One police officer, suspect dead after Capitol car attack. No defense, Gates finds few Republican allies amid investigation. Gates' communications director departs as scandal around Florida congressman intensifies. Biden struggling to fill Department of Justice job that could reign in Silicon Valley. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victoria records 0 local COVID-19 cases for 36th straight day. Driver, police officer dead after car rams U.S. Capitol barricade. Child among 3 dead in single vehicle crash on Prince's Highway. Bookkeeper of surfing champion charged with embezzling $1.5 million. Shutout on vaccines, tiny San Marino turns to Russia. World Cup, Chelsea or Collingwood, why Brianna Davey chose AFLW. A supercharged healing massage designed to help you sleep like a baby. Cutting workers' pay and conditions worsens our productivity. Don't be fooled, the Westmead Place strategy puts lipstick on a pig. Calls for urgent integrity review of public transport amid IBAC probe. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The margin, Biden heartbroken over U.S. Capitol attack, orders flags at half-mast to honor slain officer. Biden says his $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan will create 19 new jobs, here's what you need to get one. CDC offers travel advice to vaccinated Americans, but stops short of saying it's okay to get on a plane. Cryptus, Ether, the number 2 crypto, hit a record above $2,100 as Bitcoin trades near $60,000 on Good Friday. The tell, here's what stock market investors may have wrong about ESG as the great rotation unfolds, says Buffett. Newswatch, these are the jobs Biden's American jobs plan would create, plus how much they pay and what training is needed. Dispatches from a pandemic, what you need to know about COVID-19 vaccine passports, and the double privilege dilemma they raise for society. Personal Finance Daily, MarketWatch's Money Challenge kicks off on Monday. The biggest proposal we've seen in a long time, Biden's American jobs plan would make a major investment in affordable housing. City Watch, who will be the last New Yorker to die of COVID-19? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Tarleton researcher to be inducted into National Academy of Inventors, Stephenville Empire Tribune. Propelling Innovative Ecosystems National News KPVI.com, KPVI News 6. 6 Best YouTube Channels About Inventions and Ideas in 2021, The Nation Roar. Trump rule would allow unlimited vaccine price hikes, The Intercept. Company key in vaccine supply cited for violations, Arkansas Online. Big Pharma tells justices to keep a sign or estoppel, Law 360. Caltech files original complaint against Microsoft, amended complaints against Dell, HP, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. Nike and FedEx haven't paid federal income tax in 3 years. Vaccines are the hottest new way to establish global influence. 1 million U.S. jobs a month aren't enough. Why Africa doesn't have its own COVID-19 vaccine. S&P record, Easter lockdowns, one who brings fear. Egyptian feminist Noel El Sadai showed a generation of female writers how to be fierce. 7 ways to support the leadership potential of Gen Z. Why MasterCard just made a $100 million bet on Africa's mobile money market. India walks a tightrope between vaccinating its own people and sending vaccines to the world. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Georgia Republicans try to punish Delta for CEO's statement about voting rights law. New info about encrypted messaging service bus shows Signal protocol is still secure, law enforcement can still bypass encryption. As Stephen Biss continues filing bogus slap suits, he finally gets sanctioned in case involving Devin Nunes aide. Daily Deal, the 2021 Complete Resume Builder Bundle. UK legislators are using encrypted messaging services to possibly dodge records requests. Biden broadband plan embraces community broadband in stark contrast to Trump. California Supreme Court says keeping people locked up just because they cannot make bail is unconstitutional. Sega DMCA Steam DB despite that site not hosting any pirated material. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Concrete cowboy. Georgia voting bill. Paulina Porizkova. Kyle Korver. Capital. Outriders servers down. Kevin Durant messages. Capital. Reg Jean Page. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Vaccines are best way out of this pandemic, including effective and safe Sputnik V jab, WHO Europe Executive Director to RT. Media identify capital ramming suspect as blackmail, follower of Radical Nation of Islam's FB page promptly gets wiped. Illegal U.S. border crossing surge to highest level in 2 decades. Police targeted with bricks and fireworks during clashes with loyalist youths in Belfast, videos. Liberal Twitterity again blame Capitol attack on white male suspect, who appears to be black on video. Gates says he has no plans to retire as team shrinks amid Justice Department inquiry into money for sex accusations. After Biden backs punishing Georgia over election law, MLB announces moving All-Star baseball game and draft from Atlanta. German expert panel says under 60s who got first AstraZeneca shot should receive different vaccine for second jab. Third time's a charm, Dustin Poirier inks deal to meet UFC knockout victim Conor McGregor in Trilogy Showdown on July 10, report. Guardiola claims mega-rich Man City cannot afford a new striker, despite $832 MN net spend in 5 years in billionaire owners, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Biden is looking for legal excuse to bail out upper middle class with student debt cancellation. Naomi Wolf, vaccine passports are the end of human liberty in the West. Mexico, South Korea have longest work week of world's economies. IMF joins the choir singing the holistic praises of higher taxes. Noah X, Capitol stabber identified as Indiana man who followed Nation of Islam. CNN medical expert and CDC suggest Americans' freedoms be restricted until they are vaccinated. MLB punishes Atlanta, moves All-Star game after cancel law targets Georgia voting law. GDP hides the damage from the COVID-19 lockdowns. Trump was right, sunlight destroys COVID 8x faster than scientists believed, study shows. Caught between a roaring 20s rock and a liquidity crisis hard place. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Vehicle attack raises new questions about U.S. Capitol security. MLB moves All-Star game in response to voting restrictions. Car militia leader Siddiqui Abbas dies from injuries, armed group. Biden offers Ukraine Zelensky support amid Russia tensions. Why is the U.S. removing military assets from the Gulf? Migration surge at US-Mexico border in March, data shows. Biden says his infrastructure plan would create 19 million jobs. Senior officer at Chauvin trial, neon neck is deadly force. Police officer, suspect dead after security breach at U.S. Capitol. Namibian president caught in new fishing corruption allegations. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Iowa becomes 19th state to end concealed carry permit requirement. Watch Angel families call out Joe Biden for sanctuary country orders. Illegal immigration is not a joke. Fact check, Joe Biden falsely claims he turned around a slow-moving vaccination program. Report, Andrew Cuomo eyes $2.1 billion taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens, convicted felons. Watch, deer crashes through Virginia school bus windshield, lands on student. Report, Rep. Matt Gaetz does not plan to resign. Exclusive video interview, COVID-19 makes this migrant surge different, says Border Patrol Deputy Chief. MLB caves to Biden, moves All-Star game in response to GA voting law. Carney, evidence is mounting that enhanced employment benefits are keeping Americans out of jobs. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signs executive order prohibiting use of vaccine passports. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, Texas firefighters rescue squirrel stuck in trees not whole. Message in a bottle travels from England to Norway in 8 months. Watch, turkey crashes through window, ransacks Connecticut home. Canadian boy's 1.02-inch baby tooth declared a world record. North Carolina woman discovers $1 million lottery prize during late night call. Watch, deer crashes through school bus windshield, wakes sleeping student. Japanese prefecture bans walking while on the escalator. Mummies of ancient Egyptian royalty to parade through streets of Cairo. Screeching noise from luxury condo torments Brooklyn neighborhood. Zach King sets a record for most TikTok followers. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Fog-catching towers could supply water to the world's driest megacity using the ocean air. Italy bans cruise ships from entering historic Venice city center. School surprises hero custodian with $35,000 collected as special gift of thanks. 2 dogs rescued from the streets now live their best life on the road, seeing the sights of Europe. NASA confirmation, Earth is safe from asteroid for 100 years. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, April 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Police, body on I-83 overpass was actually a sex doll. ICE imposes data cap, explains it to users with condescending pizza analogy. Cool but weird, Macy's store transformed into school. 6 ways Chevron imperils climate, human rights, and racial justice. Harris to move into official VP residence next week. Palin confirms COVID-19 diagnosis, urges steps like masks. Heat to open vaccinated-only sections for fans on April 1st. Super Mario dies for a living. A deer crashed through the windshield of a school bus in Virginia and landed on a student, video shows. Woman sentenced to 5 years for fatal silicone butt injection at St. Louis hotel. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Report, the Pixel 6 will run on Google's first custom CPU. What if you're living in a simulation, but there's no computer? Specialized Como SL is a lightweight cruiser e-bike with cargo chops. Robotaxi company Waymo now has 2 CEOs. Learn to code through making games with this Unity training bundle. Watch this VW bus get an EV conversion and let your worries melt away. The little-known data broker industry is spending big bucks lobbying Congress. Italy messed up its startup ecosystem this week, here's how we can fix it. Holy shit, how to split full names into first and last with Google Sheets. What's solar geoengineering, and why is it controversial? The following headlines are from Science Daily. COVID-19 patients can be categorized into 3 groups. Study identifies possible COVID-19 drugs, including several that are FDA approved. COVID-19 mask study finds layering, material choice matter. From stardust to pale blue dot, Carbon's interstellar journey to Earth. Keep pace. Walking with a partner is great but might slow you down. Serving size, satisfaction influence food waste on campus. Experimental therapy for parasitic heart disease may also help stop COVID-19. How pathogenic bacteria weather the slings and arrows of infection. Lanternfly's attraction to vertical silhouettes could help monitor, trap it. Toddler TV time not to blame for attention problems. The next headlines are from Information Week. Health bridges low-code strategy to process medical claims. Build a post-pandemic AI strategy for resilience, recovery. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, April 3rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host virtual viewing of Orion spacecraft drop test. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Amid newfound hope, Utah Christians take to the streets for Good Friday procession. How new RSL striker Bobby Wood could be the difference maker the team's been looking for. Utah Jazz's struggle and transition makes for a tougher than necessary night versus the Bulls. West Valley City man charged with murder in friend's death. Body found and 4 more people charged in the kidnapping and killing of Kern's woman. Utah Jazz's Donovan Mitchell thought this could be it on team flight gone awry, but says he's good to fly again. Unhoused people and activists rally against homeless camp clearings. Ex-Salt Lake City police officer arrested for storming the U.S. Capitol. Facing public outcry, Utah County Commissioners backpedal on budget office takeover. Status quo or new blood? 4 candidates join race to lead Utah's Democrats for the next 2 years. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Nuclear should be considered part of clean energy standard, White House says. Almost a third of UK COVID hospital patients readmitted within 4 months. Deliveroo April Fool's joke backfires in France. Isama Okazaki, inventor of first efficient blue lead, dies at 92. How should the media depict autism? Apple knew it was selling defective MacBook displays, judge concludes. Open source software becomes a standard in Dortmund, Germany. ICE imposes data cap, explains it to users with condescending pizza analogy. Florida governor issues executive order prohibiting COVID-19 vaccine passports. Godzilla and Kong keep growing, but they're no match for physics. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Family of woman killed in butt injection talks to Fox 2 after conviction. McKinnon has 2 goals, Avalanche beat Blues, 3-2. Skyview Drive-in opens for the season. Officials in St. Louis and Madison counties demand ouster of B-State CEO over troubled Metrolink security. Shots fired during fight at West County Mall. What we know about Capitol attack suspect Noah Green. Governor Parson, House Democrats depending on Senate to fund Medicaid expansion. Officer killed in attack outside Capitol, an 18-year veteran. St. Luke's Hospital will nearly double the amount of vaccine it administers starting next week. Local health department confirms UK COVID-19 variant found in Greene County, no. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Motorcyclist seriously hurt in head-on crash. Have you seen this 52-year-old man? Deadly shooting reported at trolley station. Man charged with 4 counts of murder in SoCal office building shooting. Appeals court rejects Chula Vista Church's challenge to occupancy limits. East County neighbors angered over plan to house sex offender. 26-year-old Poway man killed in crash. Report: 45 COVID-19 deaths in San Diego could have been avoided last summer. 50 women have joined lawsuit involving San Diego-based porn site. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. The Misadventures of Mossad Chief Yossi Cohen. The World This Week, Floyd's Trial and Biden Infrastructure Plan, Easter COVID, Mozambique, Italy spy row. Dangerous Detective, malicious apps can control all Android functions, digital look. MI6 chief shares secrets of his school days. 5 ways to find hidden cameras in any room. Analysis: The Daily 202, Biden infrastructure push could face salt-wide Democratic challenge. Compelling story of unlikely spy. Report Door podcast, reviewing Google Sleep stalking smart display sports grind entertainment. Engadget podcast, reviewing Google Sleep stalking smart display. America's Spy Network, what does it do? The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Elbit Systems acquires guidance systems-focused firm in $31M deal. British Armed Forces awards contract to buy systems for CMWS support. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. How will Facebook deal with Beijing's propaganda on Xinjiang? China's upstart phone giant Xiaomi enters electric car business, but will the Mi Mobile go? Attention-loving Chinese coconut milk brand faces investigation over job ad featuring outlandish promises. Nina Wu is a psychological thriller about exploitation in film. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, April 3, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Bay Area teacher pleads guilty to sexual assault charges. Violent crime in Oakland prompts community groups to get involved. Conferences can soon resume in San Francisco. Raptors rout Warriors 130-77 for second win in last 15 games. MLB moves All-Star Game out of Atlanta over Georgia voter restrictions. Bay Area high schools get okay for in-person graduation ceremonies. Stanford tops South Carolina 66-65 to reach title game. News found hanging on USF campus. Santa Clara County, step-by-step on how to get your COVID-19 vaccine. Violent robbery on San Francisco street caught on camera. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Arizona reaches NCAA title game with 69-59 win over UConn. Stanford and Arizona meet in all Pac-12 NCAA title game. Bogdanovic scores 26 points, Hawks beat Pelicans 126-103. St. Charles North blanks St. Charles East. Naperville rolling out alfresco dining concept for downtown restaurants. Paramount Theater in Aurora to open immersive venue in 2022. Lake County pushing to get seniors vaccinated next week. Pritzker signs Morrison's vote-by-mail expansion legislation into law. 1 killed in Bartlett crash. Moser leaving Loyola to become Oklahoma's next coach. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle Police Department plans to remove concrete barriers around East Precinct. Downtown Seattle's historic Macy's building sells for $580 million. New Seattle Charter Amendment aims to address homelessness, prioritize public safety and clear cabs. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.6 m, depth 10 km, in, unknown, March 4, 2021, 1:16 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, April 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 16-year-old Houston girl hit by car while vacationing in Florida now out of intensive care unit. One officer dead, one injured after car rams U.S. Capitol Police, suspect fatally shot by police. Fully vaccinated people can travel again, says new CDC guidance. Baytown father sent son a text message minutes before his murder. Relative of men whose brother allegedly killed their parents suffering unimaginable heartbreak. As Justin Gorham has a guardian angel on the hardwood. Aaron Rodgers to guest host Jeopardy! For 2 weeks. First bus carrying migrant girls from border arrives in Houston. Experts say COVID-19 pandemic has caused mental fatigue. Houston area churches offer in-person worship for Easter Sunday. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Bauer loses no-hit bid, shutout in 7th inning in LA debut. Jazz beat Bulls for record 21st straight at home. Leslie tells Boston she knows her pain, to keep her head up. Houston police says it's investigating Texans QB Watson. Man gives untold perspective on Reagan assassination attempt. Dake gets shot at Burroughs with wins at wrestling trials. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. MTA and NYC want private developers to install more subway elevators. Extra extra, the mummies are on the move. Fake heiress socialite grifter Anna Sorokin now in ICE custody. Step away from the chaos and into the Rubens New Tibetan Buddhism exhibit. NYC hit single-day record of 93,000 COVID shots, as CDC allows travel for fully vaccinated. How will New York City's next mayor handle the new weed economy? Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. NY and NJ both legalized marijuana this year, but there's one big difference. Mott Street gets an excellent roasted meat spot. Early edition, why does this Cobble Hill luxury building sound like a screaming dinosaur? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. 3 ways the U.S. can promote equity in ending the COVID-19 pandemic globally. Pandemic accentuates need for Caribbean countries to improve food and nutrition security. Syrians are victims of a war we did not choose. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Amazon recruited a Twitter army named Veritas to defend Jeff Bezos. Dystopia Prime, Amazon subjects its drivers to biometric surveillance. New analytical tool reveals massive DNA damage caused by CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing. Is the technocracy coming to Mexico? Biden and his aides pushed America into Syria's civil war a decade ago. Undelegable coercive loan apps first hobbled and shut down your smartphone if you fall behind on repayments. WHO pushes international pandemic treaty, another stepping stone to world government. U.S. dollar's status as dominant global reserve currency drops to 25-year low. Drone whistleblower charged with violating Espionage Act pleads guilty. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. The Easter Bunny tale, fun fiction or harmful myth? Chocolate Easter eggs were once a rare luxury. Explainer, analyzing use of force by police officers. MMA fighter has finger severed in match, doctors reattach it. Explainer, what does Georgia's new GOP election law do? California to allow indoor gatherings as virus cases plummet. Photo shows sealed Super Mario Bros. Game sold for $660,000. Did April the giraffe die? Did Melania Trump celebrate her 56th birthday in 2021? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. TV ad distorts facts on federal voting rights bill. Flawed report fuels erroneous claims about COVID-19 death toll. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The Rights New Higher Ed target, community colleges. The Vogue spoofing Instagram account you need to follow. The Capitol rioters' pro-life extremist connection is real. He doodled gay men, and then stabbed them to death. COVID didn't kill the gay scene, but it may change it. Republicans used to love Infrastructure Week, then Joe Biden had one. How the Real Housewives franchise became a hotbed of crime. The strange friendship that may bring down Matt Gaetz. Capitol attack suspect ranted about the end times before allegedly ramming officers. Trump isn't coming to Matt Gaetz's rescue, for now. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Matt Gaetz boasted that Powell charged with sex trafficking was his wingman, report claims. Arizona stuns top-seeded UConn to reach women's final. 2 injured, including paramedic, in multi-vehicle crash on Long Island. Giants' Isaac Yiadom agrees to pay cut that could help him make team. NY's elderly COVID-19 vaccination rate lags behind. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Discover variable star R Leonis. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. CDC says fully vaccinated people may resume travel. Video shows octopus attack man on Australian beach. NASA measures direct evidence humans are causing climate change. Fears of fourth COVID surge ahead of the holiday weekend. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Uber to pay $1.1 million for driver's discrimination against blind woman. Man hit with 4 murder counts in California shooting, victims ID'd. SpaceX rocket debris lands on farm in Washington state. Australian Olympian convicted in $150 million cocaine smuggling plot. 1 officer dead, another wounded in car attack at U.S. Capitol, suspect fatally shot by police. CIT, good dog steals reporter's microphone in Russia during live broadcast. Army Hammer out of Broadway show The Minutes. Michigan millionaire led secret life financing worldwide drug ring before dying in 2018 plane crash, feds say. Victim recounts horror of 2011 assault by ex-con charged with slashing Jewish family in NYC. Michigan GOP chairman censured by university board after speaking of burning at the stake for female Democrats. The following headlines are from military.com. Guard troops rapidly deploy to U.S. Capitol after attack on police. Changes to special ops firing ranges appear to reduce lead levels in soldiers, study shows. Officer killed as car rams into police at Capitol barricade. Fort Sill Army trainer suspended amid allegations of trainee's sexual assault. U.S., Iran say they'll begin indirect talks on nuclear program. Army investigating after National Guard loses rifle during Virginia training event. Female cadet sets new record for West Point's punishing obstacle course. Deepest ever shipwreck dive locates Navy destroyer that sank during epic World War II battle. Montana launches Bell tour for new Navy submarine. Eisenhower strike group joins anti-ISIS effort. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Jeep slams into fire department vehicle in Bronzeville, triggering 7-vehicle wreck, 3 injuries. Man fatally shot by police in Portage Park after producing handgun during foot pursuit identified. What's in a name? A look at the strategies and schemes behind the obscure political parties of Chicago's suburbs. Column, to mark the Lenten season, a Chicago man makes a pilgrimage of doomed churches. Recreational marijuana sales in Illinois smash record in March, $109 million. Lori Lightfoot after 2 years as Chicago mayor. Video of 13-year-old Adam Toledo's fatal shooting by Chicago police to be released as his family pleads for answers. Gerald Reed, an inmate to alleged abuse by Burge detectives, released from prison after Pritzker commutes life sentence. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state passes 6 million total COVID-19 vaccine doses administered as 3,235 new cases and 24 additional deaths reported. Gerald Reed freed. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Western River's face pinch as another dry year takes shape. Image, Hubble revisits the Veil Nebula. Science has not kept pace with aquaculture. Radicalization to extremist ideologies is often triggered by negative life events. Moth-based sensor for water quality testing. Fungi could manipulate bacteria to enrich soil with nutrients. Real-time imaging of female gamete formation in plants. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, April 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Revenge bedtime procrastination is a thing. Why are we doing it? The cicadas are coming. Why is it so hard to find a cure for cancer? Procrastinating on pregnancy. How long can women wait to have a baby? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Pressure mounts on corporations to denounce GOP voting bills. Spezza scores in shootout, Maple Leafs beat Jets 2-1. Man shot last month in North Seattle has died, police investigating death as a homicide. Sideline chatter, wait until they have to self-report for using Booster's boat. This week's passages. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Warriors blowout loss to Raptors raises concerns for rest of season. Teachers approve West Contra Costa Unified School reopening plan. Rallies planned across Britain against new protest law. San Martin man sentenced to 33 years for violent attacks. Fate of Oakland Coliseum vaccine site in limbo as local leaders plead with feds to keep it from closing next week. A's Bob Melvin on 2022 contract option. I have no desire to go anywhere else. Indian double mutant COVID-19 variant found in Bay Area. Final Four, Stanford reaches championship game after edging South Carolina. COVID, indoor concerts, receptions, conferences, oh my, here's what's allowed under California's new gathering rules. Man charged with 4 counts of murder in SoCal shooting. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Taiwan prosecutors probe train crash that killed 51. Unique April 3, 2021 date draws lines for Vegas wedding licenses. Illinois man whose murder conviction was commuted now free. Man in Asian American bias crime gets restorative justice. Man scaling NYC bank building loses grip, falls to ground. Navajo Nation reports 17 virus cases, 1 additional death. Alabama Shakes drummer says he's innocent of abuse charge. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Soldier says she was sexually assaulted by 22 troops at Oklahoma base. LexisNexis to provide giant database of personal information to ICE. Last-minute Trump rule would let vaccine makers hike prices unchecked. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Depositing phase species inside ZSM5 to oxidize cyclohexane to cyclohexanone. Commercially available ultra-long organic ring room temperature phosphorescence. Whole body screening and add in melanoma-prone families may improve early detection rates. Therapeutic resistance linked to softer tissue environment in breast cancer. U.S. deaths normally change less than 2% each year. In 2020, they rose nearly 23%. Unraveling the secret of a critical immune cell for cancer immunity. Criteria for selecting COVID-19 patients for lung transplantation. Study sheds light on interplay among PTSD, combat experience, alcohol use. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Latest loss to Utah is just another reminder of Bulls point guard play. Woman killed in I-57 shooting near Vollmer Road. 3 hurt in Bronzeville crash involving CFD vehicle. Bummer on White Sox opening night loss, you get the job done or you don't. Illinois wheat sales hit new high of $109 million in March. Bulls guard Kobe White is shocked by Roy Williams' retirement. After winning Cubs' second base job, David Bote's focus remains on mental side of the game. Wait on the facts before assigning blame in the shooting of a 13-year-old boy. Ride-hailing drivers ask companies for more protection. Illinois passes 6 million COVID-19 shots given, but case is still rising. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Eat Right Diner gets new owner and new concept. Dedicated cannabis coverage coming soon to the RFT. Send us your tips. R.I.P. Callista, St. Louis Zoo's Amor Tiger and Amazing Mother Tigress. Dallas woman sentenced for fatal bud injection that killed St. Louis woman. St. Louis restaurant openings and closings, March 2021. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Democrats are making sausage, Republicans are flinging poo. The Appledore 4 returns for historic sailing tours on the Detroit River. Defiant Visor rejects demands by Regents to resign, says he won't be cancelled. Best Kratom vendors of 2021, where to buy Kratom online, verified Kratom vendors. Inspired by dating apps, made in Detroit, kinfolk would pair creative freelancers with jobs. Michigan workers no longer call for boycott of Werner's parent company. Primal Grow Pro reviews, is Primal Grow Pro male enhancement supplement worth buying? Effective ingredients, any side effects? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 2021 will probably be Korea's last with the Astros. Openings and closings, Cafe Leonelli debuts soon, Ritual closes this week. 5 Deshaun Watson massage behaviors that Rusty Hardin is trying to normalize. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, Fish Fridays and Easter Sunday brunch. Conan's creator gets his own epic origin and death, tale told. Former Grand Funker Mark Farner offers up his chili recipe. The next headlines are about world records making news. Bournemouth window cleaner sets Guinness World Record for longest pole, Bournemouth Echo. Meg Lanning's Australia on brink of world record that will take some catching. SBN.com, ESPN. Genesis celebrates launch in China with dazzling, world record-breaking drone show over Shanghai's iconic skyline, PR Newswire. Ashes let down driving Australia's world record push, Sydney Morning Herald. Passages, Clara Lamore Walker, 1948 Olympian, Masters Hall of Famer, dies at 94, Swimming World Magazine. Most Murphs done in 24 hours, world record set by Tyler Freeze, World Record Academy. Canadian boy's 1.02-inch baby tooth declared a world record, UPI News. Muscle Shoals teens trying to break world record for trampoline jumping, WAAY. Tsege, Chep Coach, Candy on Cloud 9 as 3 world records ratified, SIFI. Del Mar resident sets skydiving world record, Del Mar Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. These text message receipts reportedly led feds to rep Matt Gaetz. New iPhone Southeast rumors claim a 5G model is coming next year. Spotify's voice-controlled car thing device surfaces once again. 6 mysterious disease outbreaks that were never solved. In Biden's America, you're going to flick your furnace and nothing happens, folks, flicking sometimes 10, 11, 12 times. It doesn't need to be this hard. Man faces up to 25 years in prison for allegedly breaching Kansas water plant's network. New research exposes weird tsunamis caused by gravity waves. LexisNexis is ICE's latest doxing tool, report. New Mexico man starts driving home from Albertsons before noticing bees, thousands of bees. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Cays in Mali at 112.64 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 83.38 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 64.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Real-world data shows vaccines kicking butt, including against scary variant. Feds say hackers are likely exploiting critical Fortinet VPN vulnerabilities. New wave of App Store ejections suggests iOS 14.5, new iPad may be imminent. Loot boxes too similar to problem gambling to avoid regulation, report says. TSMC bumps spending up 50% to meet increased demand. Sealed Super Mario Bros. Shatters record with $660,000 auction sale. Egalitarians are more aware of inequality. Nuclear should be considered part of clean energy standard, White House says. New Play Store rules block most apps from scanning your entire app list. The following headlines are from Raw Story. 2 police lieutenants fired, including the cop union president, report. Here's why Trump hasn't thrown Matt Gaetz a lifeline. Republican threatens MLB after Trump Jr. goes nuts about the All-Star game. Trump releases delusional statement following death of Capitol Police Officer Billy Evans. Capitol cop beaten with a skateboard by Florida music student during Trump's insurrection, prosecutors. Matt Gaetz showed phone videos of naked women on multiple occasions, report. John Boehner admits the truth about Fox News. Watch, Florida lawmaker reveals fears Matt Gaetz may have tried to groom her for prostitution. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar praises MLB yanking the All-Star game, this means something to everybody. Church membership is in a free fall, and the Christian right has only themselves to blame. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Trump's labor secretary runs right back to the anti-labor law firm he came from. Totally unnecessary, veteran police officer denounces Derek Chauvin's use of force. This audio clip of John Boehner telling Ted Cruz to go F-word himself is really delightful. 1 police officer killed, another injured in Capitol attack. A medic at the Myanmar protests, we don't count the dead. Republicans sure seem happy to ditch Matt Gaetz. No, Eric Greitens was never exonerated of sexual misconduct. Can America's problems be fixed by a president who loves John Meacham? Everything you need to know about vaccine passports. Green investing is definitely not going to save our behinds. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Tracking receptor proteins can unveil molecular bases of memory and learning. Uric alert. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, April 3, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Better for national security if these UAPs turn out to be ETs. Spy agencies blocking data. UFO report to Congress will be delayed. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, April 3, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.